Roger, who has been practicing quantum entrainment for a while now, is concerned about his ego. He says, how can I keep my ego out of quantum entrainment and ultimately out of my life? Well, the best way to overcome ego, Roger, is to not try. Trying is actually a tool of the ego. Trying means that we need to control. And control is, when it's not used for something that's life-threatening, is usually a reflection of the ego trying to get more of something or try to keep or protect itself, to keep something away. And so trying is contraindicated. When we do quantum entrainment, the only way we can do it is without trying. And that is the really neat thing. The quantum entrainment technique initially simply tricks us into not trying. The mind, it always wants to, okay, I'm going to learn this technique and then I'm going to use it to do this. And yet we know in quantum entrainment we do not do anything. We simply become aware of you-feeling. You-feeling is our inner essence. And you can call it from any number of names, but that inner essence is simply there, available to us 24/7. Always has been, always will be. It doesn't die, it doesn't change. And when we experience our true nature, this you-feeling, ego isn't active. The reason ego needs to be there is it feels the need to be fuller. It says, I'm empty, something's wrong. If you've ever asked yourself, is there more to life than I'm living? Or is this all there is? You know, your ego is said, I am living a life that is not fulfilling. I must do something more. It's a beautiful place to be. This is actually a good thing. When you ask yourself, is there something more to life? Am I missing something? This means that you've had enough life experience to show you that the outward things are not going to bring you inner fulfillment. And in fact, the ego tries even harder. At this point, it's actually a good point because you're stopped. You're still in the water. And this thing, is there something more to life? What is it I'm missing? You see, you're stopped. Then you might say, maybe I need a relationship. Or maybe I need to make more money. There's the mistake. What one needs at this point, and at every point in their life, is to become aware of their other side, the quiet side of life. You know, we're so out of balance. Life is very active, very hectic, in fact, and especially in industrialized nations. And we actually get proud. I have heard people say, I'm a workaholic, and they feel really good about that. And we think that multitasking is good. Well, it is if you absolutely need it, and if you're absolutely in balance with your quiet side. Because here's the thing. When life is out of balance towards the activity, which 99.9% of us seem to experience in this world, then we are grappling for things, we get something, we can't stay happy for very long, and we start after something else. We might go from a little bit of money to more money, we might go from one relationship to another. And that is because the silent side is missing. It is not feeding us. It is not giving us that fullness in life that's there. To be fully human, we need to balance the outer life with the inner joy and fullness that is there. And it's not hard. I mean, I know you've probably heard that it takes, for instance, years of arduous study and practice to clear your mind of thought. But with the quantum entrainment technique, you can do it in a matter of seconds. And I know you've heard that you must work very hard for many lifetimes, maybe, to become egoless, to step outside the influence of karma. And yet, there is no such thing as karma when you are aware. That's what becoming enlightened is. That is, stepping beyond karma. And yet, when that happens, that person says, oh, well, it was never there to begin with. That's what these enlightened souls have been telling us down through the ages. Basically, it's stepping outside the ego, or stepping outside the active side of life. Stepping outside of it is built into us as human beings. We do not have to try, and in fact we cannot try. It is simply letting go. Now, what do I mean by letting go? Well, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to let go. That's trying, isn't it? You're just saying, I'm going to let go. And then the next question is, well, how do I let go? It's not a doing. It's a being. And as soon as we be what we are, we be by becoming aware of what we are. And that is as simple as shifting awareness from one object to another. Go ahead. Look at one object in the room you're in. Now look at a different object. How hard was that? You see what I mean? Shifting. Okay? We shift from one object to another, and then we shift to pure awareness. And out of pure awareness comes you feeling. And that's when ego is fulfilled. Then it does not say, what else is there to life? What more do I need? It's completely at ease. So, what Roger is asking is, how do I bring ego into my life? The answer, Roger, is by not trying. It's simply doing quantum entrainment, which is a process of awareness, expanding awareness, becoming aware of what you are, your basic nature. Then you experience deep joy, peace, fullness, unbounded love, stillness, and out of that stillness, now your activity becomes more dynamic, and you become a balanced human being, free of ego. And this is what we call QE awareness. Once you're aware of you feeling and you're performing action, now you are a fully functioning human being, free of this desire or this need to gather things into yourself, your little self, so that you can feel whole. Quantum entrainment immediately erases that need. It establishes us in this fullness, this beautiful experience of what we are, and then allows that to radiate outward into our activity. Thanks for your question, Roger.